The most important finding in the articles, I think, was the problem with succession of leadership. I found that you spent a lot of time in that area, and I think there was suggested that it was quite difficult for groups to come to some methods that would be suitable for not just one group to use, but many groups to use. How would they go about doing this? And I think the groups are all struggling with that exercise. And I think that came out in your report, that it's not easy because every group is different. And the leaders in each of the group tend to be, I think, fairly strong people. So it's difficult to encourage others to come in because they say, well, there's no way I can do that job that you're doing. And I've had that happen to me as well. There's no way I can do the job that you're doing. You have so many contacts, you know everything, and that kind of stuff. And it's really not true. It just means that you just need to make the approaches, and people don't seem to feel that they can. That's all. I think it's a lack of courage, I think, to proceed. But I thought that area was probably the most important area. You mentioned that there's a reduction in the number of people, those who attend support groups tend to have less difficulties and are less agitative to the medical community than those who don't. I found that very, very interesting and very supportive of the kind of work that support groups do. We have the opportunity to draw on so many different types of people to do so many different types of things. And that gives me at least the opportunity to say, well, let's go in this direction or that direction. We can always get somebody, we think we can always get somebody in this particular area, that particular area. That's very difficult for groups who are not in the location that we're a location in, pretty much central Vancouver. It's very difficult for other people to have access to this plethora of opportunities. And then I think part of the personality is that I see an interest in almost everything, and that sometimes to my detriment, that what other people find boring, I might find very interesting. So that keeps me from being burned out, other than, gee whiz, is this another day? I don't really want to go to this one. Somebody else can take this on. But then there's always something happens. So maybe I should learn. I might learn something from this, and it might be minuscule, but it's something I don't know. And I don't believe I've ever been at a meeting in the last 20 years that I haven't learned something from somebody about something that I didn't know. So I guess that's another part of the personality. As long as you're interested in the subject matter and understand that you can always learn something, I think that keeps you from being burned up.